like to give a special nail addict shout out to Miss Black Sheep Does Nails, Latammy Levy, Kennedy Jackson, and Exotica's Empire for being the first four to comment on the last video. Thank you, ladies, so much. Hey y'all, welcome back and welcome if you're new. My name is Sheena, and if you haven't already, please hit the like and subscribe button, and let's go ahead and get into today's set. So I ordered some more XXL coffin tips from Enail Couture because these are like my favorite full cover tips, and I was running out, so I was like, let me go on here and grab me some more, because when it comes to a full cover coffin tip for me to keep on, this is all I want to use. I have not found another tip yet that compares to me with Enail Couture when it comes to full cover for coffin. This is like my absolute favorite, so I definitely had to get this back. Look how beautiful. I love that they're pre-etched, so when I'm doing my Gel X or Lazy Girl, I don't have to worry about that at all. But while I was on there perusing, I saw they had scoops. So I was a little nervous, so I went with the $10 scoop to start off and just see what I would get, and I fell in love. So I got 5 different tips. The first one are the XXL Frozen Coffin. I have 5 tips for $10, and the XXL coffins, I paid $11 or almost $12 for those alone. So this was a steal. I was very pleased with this scoop, and these are my length. I love that XXL. The silver glitter in it is really nice, and they are pre-etched, so again, absolutely amazing. I cannot wait to play with those. I was happy that they came as XXL, because when it comes to full cover tips in Enail Couture, they're just the perfect length. I also got these sculptured almond medium, it says. And I was like a little skeptic about these, but for me, Enail Couture tips are just really high quality, and so I feel like I am not disappointed with any of them, because I am going to use each and every one of them. But this is how that one looks. Looks really cute, nice. It's an almond shape, but it still gives me stiletto vibes, so I really like that. The next set of tips I got were the Eternal Beige Almond, and like looking at them in the pack, I was like, geez, these are like really orange, so I wasn't real sure about them, but they actually are a really nice nude shade, so these are perfect to just kind of put on and go, or like if you don't want to paint a background, you would use these and then paint whatever design on top. Really nice. Look at that, y'all. I love them. These are the ones I decided to use today just to save time as far as like painting on anything, because again, I was crunch time in tonight's set as well, so it's going to be uploaded a little late. Like, we had a small storm. It knocked out the power, knocked out the Wi-Fi for a while, so I was a little stuck. But then I got the Princess Pink Coffin, and these also are to die for. Very pretty. Again, a very nice nail that's pretty much already done, and you're just topping it with a nice design. And I really like that for Enail Couture. I love that they have these different types of tips with the colors already really cute. If y'all hear my son snoring in the background, please ignore that. I literally just put him to sleep and decided to stay here and do my voice over. And then last but not least, I got these 24K coffin tips. And I love these just because of the gold flakes. Really pretty, really nice. So I'm definitely ready to play with these. But these are like a long coffin. They're not an XXL, which is not a problem because I do like long coffin tips too. But real nice. I love that gold shimmer in these. Very pretty. So again, with my $10 scoop, I got these 5 different nail tips, which I think is a steal because my XXL coffins that I purchased separately were $12 alone. So I highly recommend, if you haven't tried the scoops, this is a 1, 2, 3 go scoop. Give it a try. But I am going to get some of the bigger scoops. They're like $20 a piece this week. So next week we can unbox those and see what I'll get in that. I was a bit nervous, so I tried small and I am very pleased. So to start the set, I'm putting on my Macart peel-off base, and I'm going to give this a 60-second cure in my lamp. So once that's cured, I'm now going in with just a base gel on this one and applying it in the nail well to get ready to apply it Gel X method. So typically you want to use, like, they have gels that are made for the Gel X method, but base gel works just fine too. I've used it a time or two, but I'm placing it in the nail tip, and then I'm placing it on my nail and watching the gel go from cuticle to free edge. Then I'm using my little flashy light and giving that a 10-second cure, and I'll just repeat that over all of the nails. So we are on episode 12 of my 14 days of Valentine's nails, and we are winding down. So this is the one I wanted to do for today, but it came out a little different because the nails were a little shorter. But I did want to use these tips because I liked how they were already like a nude base, and that's basically what I was going to use was like a nude base. So being that I got these today in the mail with the nude base, I was like, I'll just use these and switch it up a bit, because I did want to do the design for today on an XXL nail, but these work just fine, and I really love how Enail Couture tips fit my fingertips just absolutely perfect. Once they're applied, I'm now going in with my mandrel and a 180 setting band and going around that cuticle to make that nice and flushed. I hope that everyone is having an amazing morning, afternoon, evening, or night, wherever you may be. And thank you so much for joining me today for the video. If you're new to my channel, welcome to the Nail Addict family, and I thank you for joining. And if you've been subscribed, I love you so, so much. And then I'm taking my Pana 8080 grit hand file, and I'm just like rounding out the tip a bit more. It did have an extra piece that was pretty pointy, so I'm just taking off that plastic tab on all of the nails. And then I'm going to go in with my mini buffer and just buff the shine off of all of the nails as well. For today's Madam Glam colors, we are using Shadows, which is a really nice dark purple. We're also using Angelic Sonata. For my purples, for my yellows, I'm using Sundays, and I'm also going to be using Lightborn. And then I decided to use two blues. I'm using I Rule, and then I'm also going to be going in with Astral Projection. And then for pinks, I'm using Berry Blush, one of my faves. And then I'm also using Queen of Glam for today's set. So today's design are conversation hearts, and I'm starting with I Rule and creating a heart on my index. So for the set, I wanted to do XXL because I wanted more than one heart on each finger because the nails were a bit smaller and I wanted to make the hearts a good size to be able to write a saying in it. I just opted to put one heart on each finger. They came out super, super cute, but I did want to see these on XXL. I just decided to go with these tips from Enail Couture again because I just got them today and I loved the nude base on them and it worked out absolutely perfect. Well, once I got the heart set, I gave it a 60-second cure in my lamp. And then I'm coming back in with astral projection and just making like a shadow with it. So I used like a light and a dark of each color. So the darker one would play as like a shadow for the conversation heart. And once I get this little piece here set how I want, I do give that a quick flash cure in my lamp. And then for this specific heart, I'm using astral projection and just writing XO into the center of the heart. And I'm going to give that a 60-second cure in my lamp. So for the middle finger, I'm starting with Lightborn and I'm making my heart. I'm going to give that a 60-second cure, and then I'm going to do the shadow outline with Sundays and cure that for 60 seconds as well. For the rest of the hearts, I use Perfect Black to write the sayings in it. So for this one, I did write the word Bay, give that a 60-second cure. For my ring finger, I used Queen of Glam and created the heart. And then I outlined it with Berry Blush. I did cure for 60 seconds after creating the heart, and then I went in with Berry Blush to create that shadow effect. For this one, I decided to write Be Mine, and y'all, it was so hard writing these words so small with the gel. I did have to erase them a few times just to try to get it right, but they came out super cute. For the pinky, I'm going in with Angelic Sonata to make the heart, and then I'm going to outline that with shadows. If anything is available on the Madam Glam website that I am using, I will always have them linked down below. But if you've never tried a Madam Glam polish, I highly recommend. As y'all see, that's pretty much the main brand I use. And I think it's more so to the quality of it is really nice, but also that's like the most I have in my collection. I do have like other brands like Born Pretty. I used to get Rosalind gels a lot. Like, I have a lot of other things. I even have a lot of Macart gels. But this is like my biggest collection, so I gravitate to it a lot more. On the pinky, I wrote "Love You" in that heart and cured for 60 seconds. And then on the pinky, I am going in again with Queen of Glam, creating the heart, curing that for 60 seconds, and then outlining that with Berry Blush. So now this was the tedious part, y'all. So this is one thing that I'm going to work on a lot this year, is kind of like outlining thin. So now I'm just outlining all of the hearts. So I'm outlining every area of the heart with Perfect Black from Madam Glam. And again, this one was really tedious because I had to like take my time, use very light strokes so that, you know, the lines aren't so deep and dark. And then in between each finger, I did go ahead and give it a 60-second cure because I just didn't want to mess up anything. Some of them were outlined to perfection in my book, and then some of them, you know, I could have took a little more care. But overall, I really liked this set so much more once I started outlining. I feel like outlining does like make everything a little bit better, make it come together a little more nicely. So I did this on all of my nails again, and I cured for 60 seconds in between each of the nails. So for the thumb, I decided to write the word baby on this one and gave that a 60-second cure, and then I'm going to go ahead and outline this one as well. So I had to skip the index because I was out of frame, but I'm going in on my middle finger, and I'm using my Madam Glam's Velvet Matte Top Coat, and I'm going to leave that wet and just add some small rhinestones all over the nail, just using the colors that were used in the set. So I'll use blue, yellow, pink, and purple, just scattered all over every nail. In between each of the nails, I put the rhinestones where I want them, and I do give it a cure in my lamp. After the thumb is complete and cured, this pretty much sums up the set. Off camera, I do apply some cuticle oil, and I'll be back in just a moment with the final look. And here is the finished set. Super cute. Again, I wish I could have added so many more hearts to an XXL now, but these are really cute. Like, I really love these tips. Highly recommend. I've never been disappointed with an Enail Couture nail tip, but comment down below and let me know what you think of this set. And if you've made it this far into the video, please, I would love it if you would like, comment, and subscribe, and hit your notification bell so you don't miss any of my future sets. I thank you for joining me today, and I'll see you tomorrow. Remember to be the very best you that you can be, and much love to all.